I'm extremely overwhelmed to get this opportunity to address you all on this auspicious occasion. Will to Win Motivational Talk about Career Development Session 2021 in Velamal Knowledge Park. I welcome our Honorable Chairman Sir, Director Sir, and Director Ma'am who
I'm
always try to
extremely
provide
overwhelmed.
the best for us. We all have joined here today to motivate and cherish the young minds to be successful in the career. Apart from it, this is a great occasion to welcome our chief guest of today. On behalf of Velumal Knowledge Park, I welcome our chief guest, Dr. Sultan Ahmed Ismail. Dr. Sultan Ahmed Ismail is an Indian soil biologist and ecologist. His work has been centered on techniques for recycling biodegradable waste into fertilizer using local varieties of earthworms and on soil bioremediation. Primarily a staunch ecologist, he has been an advocate of practices like solid waste management that can lead to sustainable growth. He is renowned for inspiring youth with his interesting lectures on environmental issues. Our chief guest did masters in zoology, fisheries, MPhil in marine biology. However, after working for some time, he was fascinated with unique behavior of earthworms, hence started working with it. He later did PhD in earthworms and doctoral studies in earthworms and waste management. He has been working in wormy technology since 1978. He has 40 years plus teaching experience, and his contribution to research on vermicomposting has made him a foremost authority on vermicompost. We're honored to have Dr. Sultan Ahmed Ismail as a chief guest for this evening. Parents are the world for children. Not to overlook that we are here, joined by the wonderful parents who've raised the best students this school possesses. With immense admiration and affection, we welcome all the parents who have joined us today. I would like to welcome our students of class 9 to 12 for today who have joined to make this ceremony worthwhile.
Thank you, Navya. Thank you for that wonderful welcome note. Now over to you, Ismail, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh. Good evening, everybody, and thank you, Mr. Srinath, and thank you very much, Navya, for the wonderful introduction. Good evening, parents and dear children. Just relax. I'd like to take you through a journey for some time to understand the concepts. That's it, right? Basically, but I will be happy if parents would sit through because there is a lot for you as well. Yeah, I hope you're able to see the slides, Mr. Srinath. Mr. Srinath, are you able to see the slides? Hello? Can anybody respond?
Yes, sir. We are able to see, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, better. Thank you. Let me take you through a journey. When Mr. Srinath wanted me to talk to you children, I thought I'll talk to you on will to win. Just a casual talk, not a bit very serious or anything like that, right? I am not going to teach you anything, or I am not going to advise you as well. Just want to share some experiences so that I can also learn in the process. I love this word teach. Children, watch it carefully. The word teach. What is the mirror image of this word? If I look at a mirror image, the mirror image of the word teach is learn. It's only by teaching we learn. So children, if you can teach your classmates, you will learn more. So, like by sharing your ideas, by sharing your knowledge, you tend to learn more. Why should we study? This is a big problem today. Why should I study? We need some jobs, or we have to earn some money, or is it that we want to travel abroad for higher studies? I just want you children to understand certain facts, because many children today have started raising a question as to why should I study? Children, you know this particular structure, the eyebrow. The eyebrow is the most useless structure, is it not? Useless. Useless. That's why you find some people shave away the eyebrow and draw the eyebrow, because eyebrow is totally useless. Yes. If I sit in an air-conditioned room without any exertion, eyebrow is totally useless. But when I run in the hot sun or I walk in the hot sun and I sweat, the sweat is salt water. Sweat is salt water. If salt water enters my eye, it is going to harm my eye. That is when the eyebrow captures the sweat and takes it to the side and protects my eye. So the role of eyebrow is not important when you are relaxed. The role of eyebrow is very important when you are in a problem. Similarly, education in our life is like the eyebrow. When sometimes you are well placed and you don't need it, you don't think about how much education has helped you, how your teachers have molded you, how your parents have guided you through education. But when you are in distress, when you are facing some challenges in life, that is the time education comes to our rescue. Is that clear? So education is something like our eyebrow. Most of the times I have seen many children complaining. We dream very big and finally we accept mediocrity. Why? Why should I? Is it for these reasons? When we were students and when your teachers were students, when your parents were students, they used to go to the library and read all these books. Today, when we ask you, when your teachers ask you, or your parents ask you for something, you just ask Google Uncle. You don't go beyond Google Uncle. Google is good, but will not provide everything authentic. Reading is a very, very good habit. So start reading. And children, as students, do we listen in a classroom or do we learn in a classroom? Start thinking. Do we listen or do we learn? Because there's a slight difference between these two, Raja. When you listen, you will remember. When you listen, you will remember. But when you learn, you will not forget. Now, what is the difference? Remembering can be for one day or 1 week, or maybe for one examination, 1 year, and then you don't remember it. Whereas not forgetting is acquiring knowledge for your lifetime. If you remember, you will qualify. Pass panidu, edavu degree vandro, you will pass. But if you don't forget in life, you will achieve something in life. If you qualify, you will survive, you will get a job. But if you achieve in life, you will impress on society. And if you survive, one day we are all gone because we are mortals. But when you impress with your work becomes immortal. So it all starts, children, from your classroom, whether you are listening or whether you are learning. I hope you are able to understand this difference, right? We all told you, your parents told you, your teachers told you, even I told my grandchildren, like TV Paka, the TV, it spoils you. TV spoils you. And you completely acquire whatever the TV is showing you. So as the TV acts, the child also acquires. And then we told you, don't watch smartphones, no phones. Mobile phone, no. Too bad. Don't use a mobile phone. It will completely evaporate your brain and you will get so engrossed that even if a dog comes and you urinate, you will not know what is happening. Okay. All this we told you 2019 BC. Surprised? BC is before Corona. So 2019 before Corona, we told you. 2020 AC, after Corona, we said, watch television, watch Kalvi TV, watch smartphones. So we have shifted our complete views from not watching an electronic medium to watching an electronic medium. It's something like this. There were petrol cars, right? And then we brought the electric car. And then there was a fear about electric car. So we mixed them together and produced a hybrid car. Similarly, schools had a physical class and then they brought the digital class. Now, the University Grants Commission at the New Delhi has already declared that even if the pandemic goes in higher education, 45% of education will be online. So this combination is going to continue as phygital classes and is going to be called as blended learning. Already too many commercial establishments are joining into it. So you know what will happen. I'm not going to talk on this platform about those things. Is that clear? So blended learning is going to exist. We are moving from the blackboard or the whiteboard to a tab. But how will online classes be? We do not know. I don't know how you are sitting and watching now because I can't see. You may log in, and after you log in, we don't know what you do. Whether you rest over there or whether you move away from there. So parents, as long as your children came to our schools, we as teachers, I have been teaching for 47 years now, we as teachers were responsible whether the child is attending to us. Today, you are responsible to see to it whether your child is attending a classroom. But otherwise, we do not know what the child would be doing, whether it's a child is sleeping or whether the child is listening, because our teachers, to a large extent, have adopted technologies and techniques to come up, to share information, but the problem still exists. The problem can be an internet connection. I basically work with rural families, with poor families, farmers, etc., in rural areas. So what happens to the internet connection, the connectivity? We do not know how much we talk reaches a child's brain, because inside a classroom, when we interact, we could feel that some children in the classroom are not able to grasp what we have said. So we used to repeat it. But today we presume that the child has understood it. And for teachers particularly, you must also appreciate and understand as parents, the moment the teacher stays at home, especially female teachers, when they stay back at home, I do not know why, the entire family gets all the doubts only then. They will go and ask the teacher, where is this, where is that? So in spite of so many difficulties, some parents, I'm not blaming everybody, started helicopter parenting. How is the teacher teaching the class? I would appreciate if you look at how your child is learning in the class. Helicopter parenting to a large extent discourages both the child as well as the teacher. So I was very particular to Mr. Srinath that I would be happy if parents are also there. Please understand that there are several things which happen and communicated in a classroom. Only thing is, as parents, look whether the child is attentive to the classroom. And teachers have their responsibility of sharing information, and the child should be made responsible, at least in classes 9, 10, 11, and 12, to grasp this information. Because children, for you people, the syllabus is very huge. The syllabus is very huge, but what you study is only this much. And what you remember is only this much. And what you write is in an examination is only this much. So if you write only that much, what would be the marks? Only this much. And how would be the mark sheet? Only this much. So can we start understanding these basic concepts as to how best we can try to make use of the present situation to upgrade our knowledge? Can we think different? I use animals because I'm basically a zoologist. I studied zoology and I taught zoology for all these years. To be successful in life, children, grasp the art of communication. Yes, communication is very important. If you're not able to communicate, then it leads to comminution, breaking. It breaks. Why communication? Because today I am A. I am A. And my intention is to talk to you. And my intention to talk to you will continue till I get your attention. Is that clear? It's an intention-attention relationship. So children, when a teacher is interacting with you, the teacher's interest to communicate with you continues till they get your attention. So please be attentive, because when we start a communication, I have come with an open mind, you have come with an open mind. The success of this program is, by the end of my lecture, if we have exchanged some ideas. That is the art of communication. And if you want to be a real good communicator, when you meet people in life, when you want to grow in life, then learn to have big ears. The first step of communication is not talking. The first step of communication is listening carefully and responsively. Similarly, when your parents are trying to tell something to you, don't abruptly interrupt. Listen carefully and responsively. That is the first step of communication. It is the second step where you are supposed to talk clearly and completely. Unfortunately, in our country, we give the second thing more important than the first. We love to interrupt, we love to talk rather than to listen. So please, children, understand the concept. And third, very important, just look at this carefully. If you're not able to communicate, what can happen? This lady has purchased a cup of coffee from the store. Coffee purchased. She brings it to the table, adds sugar to it, looks for the spoon. There's no spoon. She doesn't talk. So this is what she will get. So unless you communicate clearly, you cannot get what you want. Is that clear? That's the reason why there are words, voice tones, and body language. Today, I find many children raising their voice. Raising voice does not help. If you really want to look at what happens when you raise the voice, here is the thing. A beautiful, wonderful pianist and a singer. The pianist starts. Very elderly person, matured. So it is not what you sing that matters, it's how you sing that matters. So please, always during communication, keep a control on your voice, how you reach. And children and parents and teachers, my humble request to all the three people, especially to the parents and especially to the teachers who are attending my program today. Every one of us has a limited span of attention, especially children. These children, their age plus 2 minutes is the roughly time of attention for a child. So if a child is studying, you will find that a child at this class level, between 9, 10, 11, 12, their attention time ranges between 20 minutes to 30 minutes. So you will find them after 20, 30 minutes, suddenly they will go and open their refrigerator or try to move around, and you shout at them. Please don't, because that is the attention time. Beyond that, if it goes, then it becomes boredom. The same way as we watch movies. In movies, you will find that when the scene goes very serious, they bring a comedy scene in between, because if you continue to be serious, people will leave the theater. So always remember that there is some relaxation for a couple of minutes, for about 3 minutes, 5 minutes, that the child deviates from that, thinks about something else, and then concentrates on education. And you children, you find out. You find out for yourself and do an appraisal. For anything you do in life, whether your learning methodology is correct, and whether you have knowledge on the subject matter, try to dig into it. What is the need for this? Once you go into it, then you go into time management. This is very important, children. If you really want to be successful in life, time management is very important. And whether you have the humane resources, not human resources, humane, you have the patience, the right? So humane responses, and then implement them in your own training. You monitor yourself whether everything is fine. You have your own feedback, self-feedback. Yes, this is the way if I study, I'm able to remember, I'm able to do better. Try to bring that change. Modify your learning practice, and then you become what you are again for the next point. Is that clear? This is the cycle with which we try to stabilize ourselves. And don't expect too much from teachers. Teacher is a spark plug. Unfortunately, we have these wrong ideas about teachers. Teacher is one who gives a spark, that ignition that makes you understand, that makes you read. Teacher is not a petrol tap to keep on giving you the fuel. Unfortunately, I find many children asking for entire notes, entire points. Originality is very important. Why? I'll try to tell you later. Because case study questions are going to come up for CBSE and all other examinations now. But in that case, then why do I want a teacher? I'm doing e-learning. Do I need a teacher? Can't I read myself? For those parents and students who are thinking that way, it is something like this. Can the cat get a fish from the iPad? No. Similarly, a child cannot draw all the knowledge from an iPad. It is the teacher who transfers it to the child. So teacher's role is very essential in the growth and development of a child. And children, for you people, I'm telling you, knowledge isn't free. Isn't free at all. For knowledge, you have to pay. Yeah, you have to pay. Pay what? You have to pay a lot of attention. Yeah. So please see to it that you attend to it. I have always seen that every school has some wonderful teachers, always surrounded by students. Try to get information from them. Start thinking differently, right? And students, please learn on how to think and not on what to think. If you really want to be successful in life and go into higher education and become innovative in life, learn the process on how to think a new thing and not on what to think. What to think narrows your way of thinking. How to think expands your way of thinking. English is one funny language. However much we may be good, when we look at English, please don't mistake me if there are any English teachers or Englishmen over here. But what I'm trying to tell you is, English is something very funny. And if you want to look at it, I'll just tell you a few examples. How do I remember English? Now, less. What does less mean? Kunjo, little, right? Full means plenty. Less means little. Full means plenty. Now, I'm using a remote in my hand. If I don't use it at all, what happens to this? This becomes useless. Perfect. If I use it very regularly, then what is it? Useful. Clear? Useless, useful. Perfect. Nothing wrong with this English. Same way, some means little. Full means plenty. When I look at something beautiful, an expression comes from my mouth. What is the expression I get? Awe. Now here, look at English. If this awe is little, I call it awesome. When this awe is full, I call it awful bad. Don't you think it is opposite? That's English language. So children, when we communicate, when we're talking, these nuances of language, please try to understand them. We always tell that noses smell, feet run. But what happens during the rainy season? Noses run and feet smell. So how we use the language, how we are able to be successful, because our mother tongue is not English. However much we may learn to communicate in English, written English is different from communicating English. I know a lot of people, because I have traveled almost the whole world, even in Great Britain where they talk English, sometimes when you ask them to write English, they make a lot of mistakes in English. When you start looking at it, for example, here you find a word. It has an alphabet, a vowel. M alphabet, A vowel. B an alphabet, U a vowel. Both the words are ending with IED, right? And if I have to add R, I am told by an English teacher to add 2 R's for married and 1 R for buried. How do you pronounce it as? Married, buried. Same pronunciation. Do I pronounce it as married? No. Then how can I remember this out? I'm telling you cues with this simple example so that when you read textbooks of sciences, socials, commerce, etc., you try to formulate such ideas so that it is easy for you to remember. Now, when I'm trying to give you the simple example, how do I remember the difference that married should have 2 R's and buried 1 R? Because when you're married, there is a couple, right? The man and the woman. So there are 2 R's. But when they bury everybody individually. So there is only 1 R. So such links for you in sciences will help you a lot. This is for parents to enjoy it. When we use these words, we always tell you, have you completed the assignment? Have you finished the assignment? But where you use is very important, Raja. When you marry the right person in life, your life is complete. When you marry the wrong person, your life is right. This is where I want you to become creative, Kanna. Always try to talk among your friends in this way so that you are able to learn case-based and analytical questions which are going to come here afterwards. Both for all the 3 systems of education, whether it's going to be a state board or whether it's going to be CBSE or whether it's going to be ICS. So ICSC or ICS for higher education. So whatever it is, these are the type of questions. I will just giving you some small, simple examples which may come as complicated. I'll show you some complicated questions as well. What is this? I know H2O is water. H2O is water. So what does this phrase mean? What is the other name for autumn? Start thinking. What is the other name for autumn? Not spring. Spring is another season. Other name for autumn is fall. So what is the sentence? Waterfall. Purida Raja. How best can I learn these things? Simply, you do it yourself. What falls but never breaks, and what breaks but never falls. Any child, raise your hand, ask Mr. Srinath to tell the answer.
Yes, sir.
What falls but never breaks? And what breaks but never falls?
Children, if you know the answer, you can please use the raise hand facility and I will unmute you. Yeah. Dikshita, you can unmute. Dikshita, you can unmute, ma.
Water.
Lekana, Dikshita, what falls but never breaks? What breaks but never falls?
Yeah. Kishore, Kishore, can you please unmute? Yeah. Tell the answer, Kishore.
Shadow.
Kana, shadow, does it break but never fall?
We'll try and a few more people, sir. Padmavati. Yeah.
Padmavati.
Can you please unmute, Padmavati? Please unmute. No, okay. Sri Sai Hariharan in chat. Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's very simple. You will all laugh now. I'll give you the answer. Very simple. Night falls,
Yeah,
day breaks. That's all.
Yeah. Kabilesh has given it in
night
chat.
falls.
Night. Yeah.
In the chat box, is it? Very good. Very good. Night falls and day breaks. There are simple things which we should try to modify. This is what I'm trying to tell. Shall we start thinking? I'm so small and sometimes I am missed. I get misplaced, misused, but I do help you when you list. People usually pause when they see me. So can you tell me what I could be? Yes, Jana? Jana?
Sir?
What is it? Yeah. Yeah, Kama. It's Kama. It's Kama. Very good. This comma. Because comma is a very important word. You know, if I write a sentence, hang him not, comma, leave him. Hang him not, leave him means don't kill the person. But if I put the comma here, hang him, not leave him, a comma can kill a person. So comma is a very important punctuation mark. But in India, we use wherever we want, right? So we have to be careful even with punctuations, understand the concepts of punctuations whenever we write. Okay, va? Paranga. What do you observe in the middle of March and April, which you don't observe in any of the months? Only in the middle of March and April it comes. Quickly, one of you. Yeah, I know that you know the answer.
Darshana Sri can unmute.
Anyone?
Darshana Sri, yeah, answer.
R, sir.
Yeah, R. So go ahead with these type of thinkings, right? If you have it, you want to share it. If you share it, you don't have it. Very simple. Yeah, I know that many of you have started thinking about it. Yes, it's the secret. It's the secret. It's the secret. It's the secret. Fine. What comes after A, B, C, D, E? இப்போ சொல்லு. இப்போ சொல்லுங்க. டீச்சருக்கு பர்மிஷன் யார்? What comes after A, B, C, D, E?
Padmavati can actually unmute.
Sir, answer is K.
Answer is
K.
K.
எஃப்தானம்மா ஏன் எப்படி வந்துச்சு?
Sir, those are vitamins.
Vitamins. Very good. These are vitamins. So all sorts of questions here afterwards will go into lateral thinking. So please start, open up your mind, especially mathematics and things. I'm just using simple examples so that every child understands. Please try to understand and use your mind in a quick response, because the number of questions will be increased, marks and time will become a constraint. For example, 4 minus 6 is equal to minus 2. But I have put here as 2. It is wrong. I have to just move one stick and create a balance. 4 minus 6 is equal to minus 2, but I have put 2. Just move one stick and create a balance. Which stick should I move? Yeah, Sriram.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sairam.
Sairam. Yeah, Sairam, unmute and you can tell. Sairam.
Sir, in the 6 week, in that one stick to come minus, sir. It become plus, sir.
So what will come answer?
Sir. Sir,
What would be the answer?
sir, 6 plus 5, 11, sir.
But it is 2, young man. It is not 11. Roman numeral 2.
There's another student, sir. Vidya Charan, can you please unmute?
Hello, sir.
Chollupa.
Sir, can you listen? Can you listen,
Yeah.
sir?
Yes, yes.
Sir, we can change it like 4 is equal to 6 minus 2.
Yeah, that is the answer. 4 is equal to 6 minus 2. Very good.
Okay.
This is the type of I want you people to think, Raja. வீட்ல சும்மா உட்கார்றதோட, for example, 3 is equal to 21 by 7, Raja. Balanced. I am making it 22. Now balance the equation. One stick.
Rupesh, unmute. Rupesh.
3 into 2 equal to 21, sir.
3 into 2.
என்னது?
Rupesh.
எங்க இந்த 2 வந்துச்சு?
Okay. Jagannathan, can you?
Kanna.
Yeah. Yes, Jagannathan, you can tell the answer.
Sir, 7 3s are 21, sir.
You can change it as 7 3s are 21.
Sir, there is an answer in the
Very
chat
simple,
box.
Raja.
Sir, there is an answer in the chat box.
Take the step.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's mentioned as pi.
I don't know. I'm not able to.
Yeah,
pi.
Pi.
3, you take one line from the pi and put it on the top. Pi is equal to 22/7. Pi is equal to 22/7. So, like this is what I want you people to concentrate. Very simple, very simple. Sometimes it can lead to complicated interpretation. These are how question papers are going to be framed. How much you have understood the subject. Now, 1 1 1 is equal to O. 2 2 2 is equal to E. 3 3 3 is equal to T. 4 4 4 is equal to S. I am very poor in mathematics, but I solved this problem within 2 minutes. What is 5 5 5? 1 1 1 is equal to O, not 0.
Can you please
2 2
raise
2
your
is equal
hand?
to E.
In chat, they are saying as O. Sangamitrai has said as O.
O. Why
Yes.
O?
Sangamitrai,
Why is it O?
please unmute and say.
Sangamitra, why is it O?
Can you unmute and say? Sangamitra, I'm asking you to unmute. No. Anybody would like to explain this?
I hope you are not asking Google uncle for the answer.
So there is one VP VPA student. Can you please unmute and answer? Yeah.
Yes, sir. 1 into 1 into 1, 1 is
is 1.
first letter of 1
2
is
into
O.
2 is 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that, 5 into 5 into 5, 125.
125. Yeah.
First letter of 1 is
125.
O.
So
Okay.
this is what I want you people to be very clear, Kana, because what has happened in our education system is we confuse you people with so many words. Like, for example, we say singular is mouse, plural is mice. Louse, lies. House, highs. House is houses, right? If house is houses, then dice should be douse. No, dice is dice. Now, understand the exceptions. Please, if you want to really study and come up, understand the exceptions which are there in every rule. Because children, you have knowledge, you have skills, you have attitude. Bring them together. If you have a very big attitude, then knowledge and skill will suffer. If you have all good skills, but you don't have a good knowledge or attitude, then you will fail. So bring them all. A good academician should have a balance of all these three. Please also understand, start some experiments at home. Because, I deliberately use these examples because this is what the United Nations has said. International Day for Biodiversity said we are part of the solution. I always say that we are part of the problem, right? And World Environment Day said ecosystem restoration. I always tell, who are we to restore? Very true, right? So relevance is very important. What is relevant? How relevant things would be to you? So when you are going to study now for your examinations, especially competitive examinations, relevancy to real life scenarios will be very, very important for you. Very simple things I'll try to share with you. For example, in sciences, when you study sciences, ecology, you know that energy flows, but nutrient cycle. So here I always ask my students, especially science students, who will eat more? An elephant will eat more or a dog will eat more? These are all the type of questions because based on the knowledge you study, a case will be created. New question papers, 30 to 35% of the questions are going to be in this pattern. Please, children of class 12, please understand that. That, for example, you have studied energy flow, you have studied trophic levels, you have studied everything. The question will be, who eats more, elephant or a dog? Now, normal condition, we would say that the elephant eats more. But when you look at ecology, an elephant weighs about 5 tons, whereas a dog weighs about 20 kilos. For an elephant, you give food which is around 50 kgs per day. For a dog, you may give maximum 1 kg of meat per day. Food is always calculated based on body weight. So 5,000 kg elephant eats 50 kg, which means 1 kg body weight of an elephant eats only 10 grams of food. Whereas for a dog, it eats 50 grams of food. So who eats more? A dog eats more than an elephant. Are you able to understand, Kanna? Please understand. Then you must know, why should a dog eat more than an elephant? Because the elephant is in the trophic level, which eats the grass, which fixes the energy. Whereas the dog eats the meat of an animal, which eats the grass, which fixes the energy. These are case-based studies. These are case-based studies. That is the reason why all Asians and China, Russia, all these places, we are vegetarians. Vegetarians in the sense, predominantly vegetarian. Because our food, whether you are a non-veg or veg, the prominent thing on your plate is rice or roti or curd or sweet, salad, the dal, sambar, rasam, everything is vegetarian. Little bit of non-veg or little bit of special vegetarian you add to the meal. Is that clear? So predominantly because we require energy transfer to go into. And children, to be successful in life, always with your teachers or with your family, always go for a discussion mode. In discussion means what is right. Argument means who is right. So never go into an argument mode. Be in a discussion mode and be confident. Confidence is very important for you children. Confidence is like an umbrella. By holding the umbrella, the rain doesn't stop. It protects you. So confidence doesn't make you win, but confidence enables you to win. So children gain confidence in life. Some simple thing again I want to play with you. I hope sir will get the answers on the chat box and finally tell me. Don't immediately declare Mr. Srinath, right? A simple question I'm asking. Simple question I'm asking you. I'm not able to enable the chat box because I'm making a presentation. So you keep a watch, Mr. Srinath.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Done.
Children, please assume a number between 1 and 10. Okay, va? Right. Multiply by 2. Ningala school viladuvingala nanu unga kuda viladren. Okay, va? Multiply by 2. Parents, konjam viladunga neengalum. Add 8 to it. Yes, add it. Now divide that number by 2. You got some number. Right? You got some number. Now subtract the original number from it. Subtract the original number from it. So you would have now got one particular number. Keep it in mind. If supposing that number is 1, please write down alphabet A on a piece of paper. If you got 2, it is B. If you got 3, it is C. If you got 4, it is D. If you got 5, it is E. Now tell me the answers for these. Keep on writing, not after I finish talking. Number 1. Think of one European country which begins with that letter. You have got that alphabet now? With that alphabet, one country in Europe whose name begins with that letter. Then that country's name ends in an alphabet. Ends in an alphabet. Think of a four-legged animal. Four-legged animal which begins with that alphabet. Which begins with that alphabet. Now, this animal's name ends with an alphabet. Think of a fruit which begins with that last alphabet. Got it? Now, what is the name of the fruit you got?
Children, please post it in the chat box. Please post it in the chat box. Okay.
What did you get?
Mostly 95% it's orange.
Orange, yeah. Not only 95%. All will get only orange because whatever number you would have preferred, you will get 4 as the answer. With 4, alphabet will be D. Only country in Europe which starts with a D is Denmark. Denmark ends in a K. The animal which comes to our mind immediately is kangaroo. Very few will think about koala bear. Is it clear? Kangaroo ends in a O. Just like right from school, A is for apple, O is for orange. Is that clear, Raja? So it's all fun. So don't get confused. And like when especially for parents and teachers, I put this, not for the students. You would have read already on the slide, it's a bird in the bush. No, it is a bird in the bush. Similarly, you find a mistake in this. Here you find the same mistake. Can you find the mistake? When you can make those mistakes as teachers and parents, allow children also to make some mistakes. The problem with us is we expect perfection from our children because certain things we can never understand. This is my own personal experience which designed this particular triangle. In this triangle, you find I remove the green triangle, I remove the red box, I remove the yellow box, I remove the black triangle, I'm rearranging it, I'm putting the green one down, I'm putting the black one on the top. When I put the boxes, I get a small space. Now, how did this space come? I don't know. If you want to believe it, see it here. I'm removing that. I'm keeping the green triangle here. I'm placing the red triangle there. The same place I'm keeping it. I'm keeping the blue box. And I'm keeping the black box. And I find a small square coming in. Where did this come in? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I have asked several mathematicians, they don't know. So whatever we may plan, there may be some disappointments. Just overcome them. Just overcome. Certain things we can never predict. And please strike a balance between your work, between your home, and between your life. And become creative, Raja. Creative is very important. Creative, for example, Ayya is playing the Mridangam. Amma doesn't like it. Amma breaks it. Should I cry? No. I should play it as a tabla. That is creativity. And a break. This you please understand. Children, what happens today is suddenly when your parents tell you, Appa, please sit down, please try to understand, please read, please study, you get angry. Your teachers call up and tell you, please attend this session, this is urgent, please attend, it is Sunday evening, but it doesn't matter, you attend, you get angry. These are all breaks. You know what is the significance of a break? Break is not to stop the car. Break is to make you go faster. If you don't have a brake, you cannot drive your car. You cannot drive your two-wheeler. It is only because there is a brake. In that confidence, you are able to drive your car or a two-wheeler. In the same way, this workshop today, a seminar, one of them conducted by your school, is a brake, not to stop you, but enable you to go faster. So next time when your dad, your mom, your grandpa, grandma, or your siblings tell you something, please don't take it seriously. Take it as a break, which is going to make you go faster in life and not as something negative. Please don't take it as negative. When your teachers advise, please don't take it as a negative. Take it as positive. I do know that you are given a lot of books today, and all these books are going to give you a lot of pressure, and examinations may come. You will get so much irritated with study, and there's so much of pressure coming up on you people to study. Fair enough. But don't go into stress. Please don't. And please, at that time, because you're all from high school and higher secondary, I, as a senior teacher, would like to advise you that at this point of time, somebody may show love to you. When somebody gets confused and somebody shows this, we feel that is our comfort zone. Please understand, children, there is every step in life. You try to jump your steps, you tend to fall down. Walk step by step. That is the motivation of life. Walk step by step, because in such shortcuts, there will be a quick rejection, and rejection leads to wrong thinking. If at all such a thing happens, and if you feel that this is the only mechanism available, then please hold it and take a wonderful, joyful swing, but not to end anything. Life is precious and there's so much we can do. It is not a particular marks, a particular subject that makes us what we are. It is our own way of handling a subject. So don't go under pressure. Don't burn yourself. Don't burn yourself. Always read. Yarg stress illa. Even children have stress. Why? I stay near Tiruvanmayur, and one day I happened to see this cow getting into an AC bus during summer. Even the cow goes through a stress. So what? So what? Challenge yourself. Take up a challenge that I am going to do this. Who teaches this goat to go and climb and catch hold of all the leaves? When the goat can go to that height, can't you go to that height? Can't you children go to the height? Put a plan A. This is my humble request to you children. Put a plan A. If it fails, let it go to hell, because English has 25 more alphabets. So any child who has now gone to class 12 and wants to do a particular subject after your plus 2, my humble request is put 5 plan options. I am going to do this. If this is not available, I'll do this. If this is not available, I'll do this. If this is not available, I'll do this. Don't stick on to one and try to spoil your own health. It's of no significance, right? So even if others copy you, it doesn't matter, because copying can be done, but your passion cannot be copied. So study what you want with passion. These are the type of questions which are going to come now. These are being designed by one very senior teacher from Heritage School in Gurgaon, Delhi, near Delhi, a good friend of mine. I asked them what's going on. One question will be this big. So teachers will have additional job in preparing questions now. This is one question. And answer, you have to just tick. But this ticking will be based on how much you have understood the subject. So just reading and vomiting will not help you anymore. Parents, please guide your children properly. Teachers, please guide your students properly. Nearly 30 to 35 parts of the questions are going to be case-based questions. So a case will be given, and then there'll be options coming up. Based on this, the child will have to tick based on the knowledge gained through it. Knowledge gained through it. Look at this. For sex-linked inheritance. Very simple. But the child will have to understand. Child, right? For example, they will just give you sort of a case. Sunita is a research fellow, is going, transformed host cells. Now, based on your recollection of memory, how much you have understood the subject, you will tick the answers. Is that clear, Raja? So you have a lot of work to do. In fact, teachers have more work to do now. Please understand. And every student, right, you have to have your knowledge skill, your leadership skills, thinking skills, language proficiency, ethics and values, and national identity. This is your aim. And so there is a conflict between education and employability. Jobs are available, employability not, because we are not giving you skills. Please develop your skills. Develop your skills. Career, wonderful. I'm showing you a list, but not exhaustive. You can take screen photographs, or maybe even your school may be recording it. Please go through it and have a look at it. There are so many subjects to it for you people. You want to do a BSc stream, there are so many branches. Unlike what we had only physics, chemistry, botany, zoology, mathematics in sciences. But today you have so many branches in sciences. Children, have a look at it. In BCom, there are so many branches. And then you have BBA, BBM, and BFM. But children, those children who are already aiming to do MBA, I was also vice principal of a college in charge of admissions. And at that time, one parent came and cried that he wants only BBA for his child, but the seats were full. When I asked him why BBA, he said, because my son should do MBA. Please, children, you can be any graduate to do MBA. So don't force your parents that you must study BBA to do MBA. You can study you can even study zoology and do MBA. MBA is an open field. Please understand these concepts, right? There are also so many things in humanities. Criminology is a well-growing subject. You have interior designing, you have journalism. Today, you know about journalism, how many channels are going on, physical education, political sciences, psychology. Psychology is very much in demand because of the pandemic. You have so many counselors coming up in life. There are so many things. In management, there are so many varieties of managements today. So many branches. So don't get upset about it, right? Law. Children, law, there are so many branches today that they are integrated. After +2, you can directly join them. You have BA LLB, you have BCom LLB, you have BBA LLB. One thing is, if you want to join architecture, then NATA is compulsory. You have to appear through NATA examination, right? Talent examination. Fine. In MBBS is medicine, for all this you have to appear for NEET. But you can understand that MBBS is one, but apart from that, you also have Ayush. Ayush, you have Ayurveda, Yoga and Naturopathy, Unani, Siddha and Homeopathy. All these branches are available. BDS, BBSC and Fishery Sciences. These are all, Fishery Science University is based in Chennai. Is also based in Tuticorin. You have Veterinary University, Tamil Nadu Veterinary University, Tanwas. You have Dental College. You have so many branches for you. So many branches. And apart from that, children, in case you have financial restrictions and you would like to do something medical but not real medical, you have plenty of paramedical courses. Plenty of paramedical courses. Yeah, right from occupational therapist to respiratory therapist to blood transfusion therapist. Lots of courses are available. In engineering, there are plenty today. Plenty children. If you are interested in engineering, there are plenty of branches. Only thing is you have to search in which college they are available. So please search for them. And or if you feel that I don't get into engineering, I would like to do something polytechnic, go ahead, do it. And after polytechnic, you can go into lateral entry into B. It's permitted. Lateral entry is permitted, right? BBA now has several varieties. You have a 2-year course, you have 3 years, you have 5 years, and the new education policy is going to bring even crisscross. Because it is not yet applied over here, I have not included those slides. But there are so many combinations available. So you decide what you want, right? So what's your story, young man, young lady? What is your story? Whatever I do, I run into problems, I get caught, whatever it is, shed your ego. Please shed your ego. Because ego will only kill your talent, young man. There's nobody superior or inferior. We are all human beings. Clear? And what are you? Are you a stone or are you a ripple? Start thinking. Now, or kalla allador alaya. Am I a stone or am I a ripple? Ripple? No. I should never be a ripple. I should be a stone who creates a ripple. Is that clear? Should I be a stone as hard as a stone? Not necessary. Even a drop of water creates a ripple. I should be a source of ripple in the society. I should bring something. Am I inspired inside me? Am I? So spark the fire. Be inspired, Raja. Be inspired. Do it. If now you're all sitting and watching over there. If I tell you, touch the wall, how will you touch? No. Only when I tell you, no, still higher, then you will touch on the top. Why don't you touch on the top itself? Why don't you aim something big? Dream something big, aim something big. This mutta theriyumala egg. If I break from outside, I'm killing a life. If it breaks from inside, it creates a life. Egg, if I break from outside, it kills a life. If I break from inside, it creates a life. Your head is that egg. You need somebody to come and knock it, or would you like to blossom from inside? Blossom from inside. Blossom from inside. Think, but you must put milestones. This is how I'm going to study. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to come up in life. So update your knowledge. Update your knowledge. Because only by reading, you will be able to flourish. Read. Padi. Maybe sometimes you will get confusions in life. So what? Confusion is the beginning of clarification. Don't get worried. Don't get worried. And never confuse between these two. I know that some children, you study so well, but sometimes you may not get marks like me. I also did not get many marks, right? Don't worry. But there's a lot of difference between education and intelligence. For example, this is what a degree seeker wants to do. He has a degree. So this guy also has a degree. Whereas the other guy thinks about the guy who is behind him. He's a shorter guy. So what does a knowledge seeker do? Yeah. So we will be knowledge seekers in life. Seek knowledge. You know, things can also change. This is one student whom I had mentored for the IRIS program. Children, there is a sort of an award called as, there's a national fair called as the IRIS National Fair. www.iris, I-R-I-S, nationalfair.org. It's a fair in which we select students from all over the country. And we select around 70 students based on the projects they submit. And there should be innovation in the project. Once selected, we ask them to compete in a national fair. And from the national fair, we select 20 projects. Once we select those 20, we mentor them. We mentor them and find, we in the sense, the government of India, the Department of Science and Technology of the government of India, supported by Broadcom computer industry, right? And then we send them to US for the International Science and Engineering Fair. And you know, grand award-winning students have a planet, minor planet named after them. Minor planet is named after them. Once a student whom I had mentored, because I am at the moment, I'm chairman for the scientific review committee of that particular program, right? This child, when she was a student in 2011, she said, I hate physics. In 2020, she was doing her master's in physics. So your things can change. Your opinions can change. Is that clear? Your opinions can change because science or any subject has lots of opportunities. Lots of it. Always keep an eye on progress. How much you are, don't compare yourself with your brother or sister or your cousin or your classmate. And parents, please don't compare your children with other children or others' children. But keep an eye on progress. You compare yourself. How was I last year? How am I doing this year? How was I in the previous exam? How am I doing this exam? And then success comes on your way. It's very simple, Raja, very simple. Plan meticulously, and then you find out. Don't expect miracles in life. Don't expect that if I take 3 green apples, mix it with a red apple, I'll get an orange. No, it's not possible, right? So don't go into miracles. It doesn't happen. Meticulous observations, keep up to schedules, work hard, leave nothing to chance. Leave nothing to chance. Work hard. But start working. Stop the busy work and start the work that matters. This is very important. And learn the difference between urgent and important. Urgent, last moment. Oh, nadik exam, no. What is important? Keep studying regularly. Keep studying regularly. Because all the work we do in life is only 3 types, Raja. Bad work, good work, and great work. Bad work, we don't do this. None of us do this. Neither those who are listening to me nor I, right? We don't do this. So what we do? Good work? Yes. We are busy, we are productive, we are efficient, we are focused. If that is good work, then what is great work? Great work is what we dream of. You know, you get those goosebumps when you do that work. That is great work. Aim at great work in life, okay? Some small tips about our own circumstances, because basically I'm an ecologist children. Some small tips on this to the teachers, to parents, and to the students. Many people today talk about restoration. Maybe your school also people will come and say, we'll go and restore the lake, clean the dirt. I don't believe in that word. You know, a man is going in a scooter, meets with an accident, leg is amputated. If I give back the original leg, it is restoration. Can I give it? Illiye kanna. What do I give? I give an wooden leg. That is rehabilitation. So what I do for my nature is only rehabilitation. Human beings cannot restore nature. Please remember that. Nature can restore itself. Okay, va? For that, we must do by mitigation. So children, start from home and your school. Mitigation. I will not unnecessarily use plastic. I will not unnecessarily do certain things. I will not unnecessarily waste nature. Remember that. And trees, please start planting them, Raja. Because please understand, you and I, we inhale 550 liters of oxygen per day, which costs around 13 lakh rupees. Every one of us are inhaling 13 lakh rupees worth of oxygen. One tree gives me 24 crore rupees worth of oxygen per year. Let us protect the trees. And children, our country is very rich in biodiversity. I want you to follow this legacy. Even today morning, I had a meeting with the farming, our agriculture minister with the farmers. Please understand this. We are very rich in biodiversity. Always be proud of our country. We have wonderful vegetables, Raja. One vegetable, we have several varieties, Kanna, several varieties. We have beautiful flowers, lovely birds, magnificent animals. Ellame irukku. All these belong to our country. Please respect them. Please respect what your mom makes at home. Please understand the differences, what is happening in our country. Our local animals, that is Bos indicus cattle, foreign animals, Bos taurus. So one is Desi, the other becomes Paradesi, right? On the lighter side. Similarly for chicken, please remember, this is our biodiversity. We have variety of chicken, but unfortunately, you people want only a particular brand of chicken. I don't use trade names over here because this is not the platform for me, okay? And this chicken, when I was young, in 70 days would stand in attention. The ones which you eat today stands at ease because of antibiotics and hormones in it. So be careful. Fish, lovely fish from our country, whether they are in this level or whether they are marine fish. But unfortunately, most of the restaurants you eat is this fish, which is imported from Indonesia and Thailand. It is being skinned, bone removed, the flesh is treated with chemicals into white flesh, and then packed up like an ice cake, and which you are served beautifully in restaurant. Be careful next time. Eat fish, but let it be a slice of fish or a full fish, but not those type of fishes, okay? Seeds, because many of you parents would be having terrace gardens. When you buy seeds from the market, be careful. If you have colored seeds, that means they have used a very nasty pesticide called as neonicotinoids. So if you're going to plant those seeds, please wash your hands carefully. Please, because it is a neurotoxic compound, and don't give it in the hands of children, right? And one small dose of information. Once upon a time, farmers had all the seeds, and today we are moving from biodiversity to genetic slavery. Our people wanted seeds, so foreign countries looked at us. Our scientists wanted to grow fame, but in future, this is how seed companies are going to make us dance. Please understand these concepts. Please understand. This is what is genetics. This is what is genetic engineering, where we call it as BT. At this juncture, let me tell you, I'm talking to you not out of jealousy for biotechnology, but as a former head of the Department of Biotechnology. BT is a process where we cut and paste. We cut and paste a totally unrelated gene. Is that clear? For us in India, food is medicine. For us in India, food is medicine. Unave marundu. It's only for some countries that they want medicine in food. We don't need it. We don't need it. Golden rice. Children, this question was asked for NEET. Teachers, please teach your children that, because they can mislead. Teachers, when you're going to do some sort of a coaching for your students, please tell them about this particular rice, because golden rice is frequently asked in NEET entrance examination, that what is the source of gene used for carotene pigmentation. And because carotene is such a misleading word, our children unfortunately always write it as carrot. The source gene for vitamin A, carotene, for this particular rice variety is not carrot, but daffodils. The flower daffodil. Please remember that. Please remember, please teach our children. Then they wanted to bring in cotton. Cotton, they said, is non-edible, but cotton milk is drunk in Madurai. Cotton halwa is prepared. Please remember all this. Why I'm trying to tell you all this is these are the questions which are going to come for need for you. BT, brinjal, Bacillus thuringiensis. We have 60 varieties in India. We have 22 varieties in Tamil Nadu and 4,460 accessions in National Bureau of Plant Genetic Resources of the Government of India. Please, children, keep a tag on all this, right? In spite of it, many states have been asked to do trials on that, temporarily suspended. Mustard, please, children, all these are modern sciences which have not been included in your books, which can appear in your NEET examination. Please understand that this particular mustard will be called as DMH, Dhara Mustard Hybrid 11. Please understand, this is a different technology called as Barnes Barstar technology. Please understand. I fight against all these genetic modified plants. Yeah, I work with organic farming. I work with soils. In soils, I will not go into the details. Just for the fun of it, children, I'm telling you, soil is something very, very important. And I always try to prove soil as a living organism. So I said that soil has a brain. You ask me how? You dig a pit and put your plant biomass, your cow dung, everything, it will decompose. But you put a seed into it, it will germinate. A soil knows what to decompose and what to allow to germinate. Is that clear? So that's soil. And that is where came vermitech. Vermitech is a science of earthworm biotechnology. And that's the earthworm. That's the earthworm. That's the earthworm. This is how an earthworm works. The earthworm goes to eat food. The food is here. The food enters the mouth. This is the gizzard which crushes the food. These are the lateral hearts. The food enters the crop. Digestion takes place and then enters the intestine. Every segment has nephridia. Nephridia pour in nitrogen. So carbon plus nitrogen gets mixed and you get vermicasting which comes out. And this cast is a very good fertilizer. That is vermicompost. I hope you understand. And these are the cocoons produced by the earthworms. And that's how a young earthworm is born. Young earthworm is born. Very simple vermicompost. You have decomposed material, leave some earthworms and keep a cow dung cake on the top. That is a simple way of multiplying earthworms. Very simple, Kanna. I hope you will all do this in your homes and start some work eco-friendly. And if you ask me where cow dung cake is available, Amazon, Flipkart, Big Basket, everybody sells it. That's vermicompost. That's vermicompost. So children, parents, if you are listening to me seriously now, one small request to you parents. Most of our children are overfed but undernourished. Undernourished children, from today onwards, please follow this simple mechanism. Leave a national flag on your dining table. Take something of that color, saffron vegetable. It can be carrot or papaya or orange or mango. Second color is white. Take a little bit of milk because milk is essential. If you're a vegan, take a substitute for calcium. The third color is green. Green colored vegetables. Very important in your diet. Paneer is not a vegetable. Is that clear? Chakra is blue in color. Right from childhood, we have been painting water blue. And how many lines in the chakra? 24. 24 hours. Follow these three colors. We have a healthy food. We don't need anything else. That's the school where I studied my primary. I'm proud of my school, my primary school, which gave me the foundation. Whenever I go there, they give me the same tricolor. So that's our food. And you think that these two are going to help you? Once in a way is okay. Don't make it a habit. Parents, please, please, please don't make it a habit for your children. Once in a way is okay. Even the birds which eat over there put on weight. And you continue to eat that, that's what happens to you in life. Be careful. And parents, teachers, and children, from today onwards, any plastic you buy, any plastic material you buy, please check, turn the bottle or look on the label whether they have declared the number. There are 7 varieties of plastic. The number will be declared in this way, a triangle with the number inside. Please watch them. 1, 2, and 5 for food purposes. Now 7 has come for food purposes, but be careful. Be careful. This is 7. 7 should be declared BPA free. BPA is bisphenol A, which is a chemical. So please see to it that you buy such things. There are cheaters in the market who will sell you with a triangle, but no number inside. Be careful. Be careful. For children, particularly, whatever you buy should be BPA free. Please understand that. No more thermocol plates at homes or wherever you go for a picnic. Anything hot you put will release stearin. That means you're eating cancer. Microplastics. Please, my humble request at home, no more microplastic toothpaste, no more microplastic shampoo in your houses. Microplastics started entering water. Chennai water, Red Hills, has been declared to have microplastic pieces. Salt has microplastic. Fish has microplastic. And recently in 2020 June, vegetables and fruits are having microplastics. The worst is the placental cord, which connects the
அண்மையில்
mother
நடந்த
with the
மருத்துவ
fetus.
ஆராய்ச்சியில் தாய் சேயை இணைக்கும் நஞ்சுக்கொடியில் நுண்ணெகிழி துகள்கள் கண்டுபிடிக்கப்பட்டுள்ளது அதிர்ச்சியை ஏற்படுத்தியுள்ளது. உலகிலேயே பாதுகாப்பான இடம் என்று நினைக்கும் தாயின் கருவறையும்,
which is very, very dangerous. And recently it has been proved that even the air in Velacheri area has microplastics. So children, take care. And children and parents and teachers, right from our small days, young days, no, they gave us this sort of pictures and they said color. And when you colored outside the line, the parent hit you, the teacher hit you saying, no, it should not cross the line. It should always be inside. Color should be inside. And then suddenly some person comes and calls themselves as trainers and tell you, join these 9 lines and say, the line should go outside the box. So you must think outside the box. Right from our childhood, we have been told to confine inside the box. Now they come and tell us, think outside the box. But I don't know where the box is. I don't know where the box is. Our education system is like that. We teach you in small class that sun rises in the east. When you come to class 8, we tell you sun neither rises nor sets. We confuse you. We confuse your common sense, for which we apologize. There has to be a change in the methodology of teaching, in pedagogy. I leave it to the teachers to think about it. This is not a time for me to talk about pedagogy. Please understand, children, the most important thing in life is management. Most important. Without the last letter T, it is management, manage others. Without the last letter Yan, it is manage me. Learn to manage yourself. You can manage others, and that is management. Is it clear? So go ahead. Don't compare yourself with anybody from today. Don't compare yourself. You are the best. Try to overcome. Everything happens for a reason. So please see to it. Don't allow anybody to change your smile. Keep smiling. Keep smiling. You are small children. Work as a team, Kanna. Padinga. Work as a team. See, even the birds sit together and discuss. Why not you sit and talk? Why don't you sit and talk? Team is something different, Raja. Do you find the alphabet I in the team? Yes, I is there in the team. See there? I is in the team, but should not be visible outside. I is in the team, but should not be visible outside. Even animals try to share. Why not you share with your friends? Talk to them, learn. This is the best example of teamwork I ever happened to see. My students keep sending me all this material, which I edit and use it. Because together, everyone achieves more. Look at the 5th passenger for the bike. So where there's a will, there is a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Whether you succeed or fail, whether you sit or fall, you are a team. So work as a team. Otherwise, one will be doing, the other one will be repeating the whole thing again. Share. And don't follow a herd mentality. Just because one student is doing a particular work, This student went and jumped that wall. So everybody else has to jump. See here? Look here, look here, look here, look here, look here. You too, you too, you too, you too, and you too. No. Don't follow the herd. And please understand, whatever happens after COVID, should we go back to old normal or find a new normal? No. We will look for a better normal. We look for a better normal. Please maintain social distancing, study well, because let us move from fear of missing out to the joy of letting go. And you may think that this fellow keeps talking because he was successful. It's not so. Whether it's I, your parents, your teachers, everybody has had their share of problems before they came up in life. Right? You do not know how many plates he would have broken before he became a professional juggler. So children, parents particularly, if you have in mind that your son should be or a daughter should be only a doctor or an engineer or a computer, please think again. Please. Yes, if they are capable of, if they are able to, fair enough. If they are not able to, don't call them a disgrace. Please. If you want to call them a disgrace, then you have been listening to a disgrace. I studied zoology. So let us rewarm the world. Bring the earthworms back into the soil. When it rains, water doesn't go inside. But when worms will come back, water will go inside. Right? Yeah. And if you want to know who I am to the parents, if you had studied any of these books in 10th standard as parents or teachers for your matriculation or for your state board, the one which you read, Vermitech is a term coined by Sultan Ismail, is the one who is talking to you. Yes, you read about me in your books. And even the examinations of the government. And these are the recent books of the state board, which includes my work. It is not what subject you study that matters. It is how you study and how you use your knowledge that is important. So parents, understand what your children want and try to mold them in that way so that they become successful, passionate professionals. And for teachers, this is a simple book which we brought out from the Government of India. In fact, I was happy to interact with Professor Kalam about this book. And this book has 100 science experiments which you can use. But whatever you do, children, have patience. Because today, people are ready to push you down. So please do your work with patience, nothing to worry. But before you start, be sure how you are going to finish it. Don't get caught in the way. You are taking a particular subject after +2, stick on to it. Don't tell after first year, Amma, enakku idu pidikala, I don't want. No. You decide, you take, you must complete. Is that clear? You know what a porter carries? Weight. A porter carries weight. A weightlifter also carries weight. But when the weight increases, for the porter, it is a burden. For a weightlifter, it is success. So your life, your problems, your examinations are weights, are problems. It's up to you whether you would like to be a porter or a successful weightlifter. So children, just a word about all of us. I am not the best, but I'm trying to be the best. Okay? Let us try to be the best. Start creating your own life. Don't believe or blame others. Idhukkellam payirchiye venda raja. Idhukku theva muyarchi. Put in a lot of effort. You know, like many people tell me, you should have done UPSC examination. And I always tell, my name is Sultan Ahmed Ismail. And that is SAI. If I hold this SAI in front of a mirror, IAS automatically gets attached to my name, right? But I did not do IAS, but I train IAS officers at their academy. So it is not what you study that is important in your life. You can be what you want. Achieve more because you are the best. You are the best. Good luck to you all. And thanks to the school as well as to Mr. Srinath, to parents and to the students for this opportunity. I'll come out from the share and then we will talk about it. Okay? Take care.
Thank you, sir. That was a wonderful session, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
We can entertain two to three questions. Anybody have any questions about the session or about to ask to Sultan sir, you can please raise your hands and I will unmute you. I haven't got any doubts on the chat box. So if you have any questions, you can raise your hands and I can unmute you. There's one Sharan Karthik R. One more class with Sultan sir, please. Okay. For sure. If Sultan sir permits, yes. Okay. And Seksha, can you please unmute Seksha? Yes, Seksha, you can ask
Good
your
evening, sir.
share your feedback.
Good evening, Shiksha.
My name is Seksha and I'm from TVIS. I'm studying NEET right now.
You are
And
Shiksha. Shiksha is already education. What am I going to tell you? Tell me, Shiksha.
okay, sir. So actually, my future goal is to study virology.
Oh, good, very good. In fact, dear, yesterday we had a meeting with the finance minister. Children, I am a member of the planning commission for the government of Tamil Nadu. So one more Dr. Amlavardhan, who is there from the modern medicine, his suggestion for the government is that Tamil Nadu should have a separate institute of virology and immunology. So you have a bright future. You have a bright future. Virology is one of the most important branches, and you will be able to.
Yeah, sir. So actually, I was actually thinking of whether to study in abroad or India, sir.
Better, my only humble request is always I tell my students is your graduate degree, you better do it in India. And you explore your strength at that point of time. And for post-graduation, you do wherever you want to do. No problem.
Okay, sir.
That would be my humble suggestion. And especially during the pandemic now, which class are you better?
12th, sir, right now.
That means you have this after the pandemic or during the pandemic, you are not yet sure as to how classes are going to function. So you have an open mind. You also try over here. You can also try some other countries if you want to. But I always recommend children to have the graduation done over here and post-graduation explore all possibilities.
Okay, sir. That was my doubt because I don't know much information of how to go, how to make a path towards my profession. So I was actually thinking if you could give some good advice.
Without anything, you have already thought about one of the most difficult and beautiful branches of medicine, virology. You know, like I should compliment you for having taken this decision at this young age. Because virology, more than your own self-glory, you'll be contributing to the welfare of millions of people in this world. You know, it's such a wonderful branch. It's a very difficult branch. It's not an easy branch. You know, because viruses are mostly RNA-based viruses. And RNA-based viruses keep mutating so fast that there will be so many variants. And you are taking up a risk of handling those sort of variants. That itself is laudable. So what I would suggest is that you keep scanning as to which medical colleges in the world are specializing in virology. And you can also apply that, but you can also try over here. Usually what happens is most parents, they don't like to send their children immediately after school abroad. I do not know about your parents. But supposing they say, beta, why don't you study yahin pe padh lo thoda sa, and then you can go for future higher education over there. If that is the situation, then you can take it in that way. Or if your parents are able to support your full education, you can take it over. No worry. But you can be a very good researcher as well in future.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll have one more doubt, sir.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Uday Bala, can you please unmute Uday Bala? Uday Bala, yeah. Uday Bala, you can introduce and you can ask your doubt.
My daughter's Zoom. Actually, I'm Jayasuriya's parent. He's studying in standard 9.
Okay, ma'am, can you be a little more louder?
Can you be a bit louder, ma'am?
I'm Jayasuriya's parent. He's studying in class 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to know tips like how to motivate the kids at this pandemic situation for them to concentrate on studies.
What makes you come to a conclusion that Jayasuriya is not concentrating on studies?
The one I observed that he doesn't sit and observe the class. He just lays down somewhere and he keeps the phone in one position and just listens to the class. He doesn't get interest to write the running notes. So that makes me feel that he's not concentrating somewhere the classes.
The first thing as a parent, I have been advising parents is when the child is going to attend a class, the child should sit in the uniform and sit on the table, near the table. So kindly try to talk to Jesvidya and try to counsel him that formally sit at a table and start listening to it. That's the reason I showed you some slides where children are trying to lie down, children are trying to avoid. You see, one thing we must understand is I was not including many slides about teachers because Mr. Srinath said that only few teachers will be attending. You know, like you must be children, I'm talking to you, not to Jesuria's parent, but all the children, including Jesuria, is, you know, like teachers rose up to this occasion. Many teachers did not have the facility. They may have a laptop, they may have a smartphone, but some of the teachers may not have the facility to spend so much money on their internet connections. Many teachers may not have too many rooms in their homes. They opened up their homes, they sat down, they worked. Apart from farmers who did their job during the pandemic and all the medical team, the third team which worked during the pandemic in spite of all the difficulties were the teachers. So we must also try to understand the problems of the teacher. They are also human beings. So children, when your teacher is taking a class, basic respect is get dressed up properly, sit at the desk and start listening. You say, I'm sitting at home. I could have put on anything and sat down. It won't make any matter on the screen, but I am dressed formally because I'm addressing you. Is that clear, children? So basic discipline is to show respect to the other person. So hopefully my students from today, all of you will follow this advice and kindly respect your teachers, Raja. I still talk to my teachers. There are a few teachers who still, I know, like when I was appointed for the State Development Council, I had a surprise call from Professor Nandakumar because he was the zoology professor who motivated me. And because of him, I became a zoologist. He called up and said, Ismail, congratulations. He is almost 85 now, right? So that's the beauty of a relationship between a teacher and a student. Okay. So you're all my students from today, and hopefully my students will listen to me. Okay. Good luck, Raja.
Thank you, sir.
So there are a few more questions,
please.
but the time is also pressing, sir. 6:34 it is.
Okay.
So maybe we can entertain one question in the chat box.
Okay.
Okay. So there is from Rachana.
Yeah. Before you ask, children, neat questions will come from NCERT books because the NCERT book will be given. But the NCERT book is an old book. Please remember that. I was also working for NCERT. The NCERT textbook has not been revised for nearly 12 to 15 years. So even if the question is there, new modern development has taken place in those branches. So my humble request to you is, because you are CBSE students, please online download state board textbooks. Government of Tamil Nadu state board textbooks are the most modern textbooks in the country. It also has all the QR codes from which you can even see the videos. So please, children, it doesn't matter. You study your NCERT book, keep that as a syllabus, but updates you can read from this book, which would be helpful for you. Yes, sir, please.
Yeah. So there's a question from Rachana. Sir, this is Rachana from Velamal Metric. Now I am studying in 10th. My goal is to become an IAS officer. Can you give me some suggestions or ideas that what shall I do in my daily life? So
nothing, Raja. One very important thing for IAS is keep update with everything. Keep reading the newspapers. Now you're only in school. Once you go into college, after second year graduation, you can start updating yourself. Keep reading a good newspaper and keep update with international news and India's news. Keep updated about it. This is very important for you. And there are several academies which are giving coaching. If you are interested, you can join any academy. Or at that point of time, I have already displayed my email ID to you. Get in touch with me. And if I'm there by that time, I'll try to guide you as to where you can go, how best you can read about it. So don't worry about it. Keep update and be prepared and be confident. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Now, since the time is pressing, we'll have to close the questions. There's a lot of feedbacks also which has come, which I will share it with you, sir, after the session.
Thank you.
So I would like to officially close the session with the vote of thanks, sir.
Before you close, I wish to thank all the students, beautiful, wonderful students and parents, and to you, Mr. Srinath, and to your school and to all the teachers who have participated and all the parents who have participated today.
Sir, their children are asking for your email ID once again. So
I'll just put it in the chat box.
yeah, okay, sir. Sure.
I'll put it in the chat.
Okay. So, okay.
You have to just Google my name, man. You will get all the information.
Yeah.
Just Google Sultan Ahmed Ismail, India. You will get all the information. Yeah.
Okay. So good evening, all children again, children and parents and teachers who are here. I would like to officially thank Sultan sir for accepting our invitation here today and delivering such a wonderful session to all of us. I have attended his session like I think a month back, and it was really, really interesting. And that is where we decided that even from the management of Velamal, we decided that we should give as a session to all of Sultan sir, to all our students and parents. That is where we got back to sir, and sir readily accepted for our invitation. Thank you, sir, for accepting it and delivering such a wonderful motivational session for our children. And based on the feedbacks which I have received in the chat box itself, I can understand how important this session and how useful this session was for every single children. I got a lot of feedbacks, positive feedbacks, asking for another session from sir. Sir, I will be getting back to you, sir, for that. And also, there is a lot of feedbacks which I would like to particularly read one feedback for this session, sir, from Malini Manasa of our Velamal Bodhi campus, Tanjavur. So that feedback the child has written, sir, you're awesome. You're actually became my greatest inspiration. When I saw your orientation link for the first time, I got angry, to be honest. But then every Sunday, I was eagerly waiting for your orientation link. Actually, I don't like when people advise me, but I really got motivated when you did what you did, when you did it here for us. And yeah, I saw more changes myself from the first session, and now everyone will see more and more good changes in me. Thanks a lot, sir. So this student has a yes, sir.
Manasa, I think, should be from Odisha.
No, sir. Yeah, she's a student from our Tanjavur school.
But does she originate from Odisha?
No idea.
No idea.
Okay. So such very good feedbacks have come, sir. So thank you very, very much for accepting and giving this wonderful motivation session to us, sir. And I also thank all the parents who have come here. First, before that, I would like to thank the management, our chairman, sir, director, sir, and director, ma'am, to have given this opportunity to us all. And also all the parents who have accepted our request and who have been here, and also all the children who have come here. Thank you all. Thanks a lot. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, man. Thank you, and good luck to you all. Thank you.